Today on the agenda here is one of my favorite topics. It's thrifting. I don't have a thrift haul for you guys today. I'm actually gonna take you on a little bit of a tour through my home and show you all of my favorite thrifted items. And I'm also gonna tell you about my kitchen. So welcome to Hopewell Heights. If you're new here, I'm Stephanie, and I make videos on like homesteading, homemaking, cooking, all the things, motherhood. Sometimes I talk about birth, conspiracies, just all the things. But if you've been around for a while, then you've seen my kitchen. And I don't know if I've ever talked about the design of my kitchen or my appliances or anything like that, but I have really high-end appliances. So I have Sub-Zero fridge and freezer, and then I have Wolf ovens and a Wolf cooktop. I just have like top of the line appliances. And that's something that I was able to get on a budget because when we built this house 7 years ago, we were living on one income and my husband is union laborer. So that's, not like a super huge income at all. So I'll tell you all about that. All right, let's just jump in and I'll tell you about the kitchen first. So when we were building this house, I knew it was going to be our forever home. So I wanted to build something that I really loved and I could just kind of like work on and make a house into a home like through the years. We live on our family farm, so like we're not moving unless God has some crazy plans for us. But this is, as far as I know, our forever home. However, we had a limited budget, so it was kind of tricky thinking, okay, I want to build my forever home that will grow with us, but we don't have a lot of money to do that. So like, how am I going to do this? So when it came to the kitchen, this was just such a blessing that happened. Obviously, I love to cook. I love to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and I really, really wanted like nice appliances. I wanted a big, full fridge, full freezer. I wanted 2 ovens. I wanted all of that, but I was thinking, how am I gonna make this happen within our budget? And right when I was finalizing the plans of the kitchen, thinking, I'm just not gonna be able to make this happen. I just need to stick with like the lower grade stuff and make it work. My mom called me and they were building a house at the same time. She had gotten a call from the showroom where they got their appliances and they got like, top of the line appliances. And she said, they just called me and said they are closing down this showroom and taking everything out to bring all of the next year's models in. And if we want anything, they are pretty much giving things away, but we have to go down there right now, like today. So I loaded up, I had 3 kids at the time, loaded them up into the car. We drove down to the city and I was able to get everything I needed. I had to reconfigure some things in our kitchen to make it work, but I was able to get everything I needed for such a steal. So I have, you can see behind me here, full fridge, full freezer, 2 Wolf ovens, a Wolf cooktop, a Wolf like built-in coffee machine. What else? I got my sink from them, my faucets. They had so many things there that they were pretty much getting rid of. I mean, I did have to pay for them, but what would have been like a $40,000 to $50,000 appliance package, I got for a fraction of that price. And actually what made me think to do this video and talk about this isn't just like a one-time thing. This is actually something that appliance showrooms do pretty much every year when they get new models in, because you guys know this wall over on the other side of the kitchen, it's, gosh, I gotta get a good place to show you. It's empty. I want to do built-ins of something there, and my mom has a steam oven. I've been telling her, I think I really want a steam oven. We got rid of our microwave, but they are not cheap. Steam ovens can be like $3,000 to $5,000. Well, my mom called me the other day, and she had gotten an email from the same showroom where we had gotten my appliances the first time. They were switching things out into for next year's models, and they had a steam oven they were getting rid of for $50. This is a $5,000 steam oven. So my mom got it for me. She's like, if you want it, it's $50. So I will be adding a steam oven to my kitchen. And I had to tell you guys about this because if you're building on a budget, you're building your forever home, whatever your situation is, you want appliances that you can't afford, you've got to try this. Just call around to wherever around you. sells appliances and ask them if they sell their floor models or their displays for a discount. And you know, you may not be able to get the appliances with a warranty, so that's something that you might want to think about, but you could save a lot of money. As the mom, I am the gatekeeper of my home. You guys know what I mean, and it's really hard to be a good gatekeeper these days because everywhere you go to try to grocery shop and get healthy groceries, you have to read ingredient labels like crazy and try to decipher all these super long words and make your way through all the chemicals and decide if it's healthy or if it's toxic, and labeling can be so deceiving. In the meantime, I cannot recommend Thrive Market enough for healthy grocery shopping. Thrive Market is an online grocery store. They have a huge selection of all the healthy things, everything really that you would get if you just went to the regular grocery store, whether it's groceries, toiletries, body care, makeup, supplements, just all the things. They even have diapers. And what I love about Thrive Market is it's not just another like greenwashing company that slaps a pretty label on something and calls it healthy. They actually do the heavy lifting of making sure that their products are healthy. They've banned over 1,000 harmful, toxic ingredients to date. And I know that when I order something from Thrive Market, it's just gonna be what it looks like. So for example, I ordered organic ketchup, and on the ingredient label, it's organic tomato, organic sugar, vinegar, salt, and organic onion powder and spices. That's it. No super long words that I can't decipher. And that's true with everything that I get from Thrive Market. It has simplified my life so much, being able to just get on my Thrive app and place a grocery order and then have it delivered straight to my door in just a few days. They are very quick. Plus, orders over $49 ship for free from zero waste warehouses. I really like to see that companies are at least making an effort to be environmentally friendly. Thrive Market donates a membership to a family in need for every paid annual membership. So how it works is you can try Thrive Market out just like on a month-to-month basis. It is $12 a month. You're not obligated to anything. That just gives you access to shop at Thrive Market. But if you want to do an annual subscription, it is $5.99 a month. So it is only $59.99 a year. That is less than half the price of a lot of the grocery delivery services that like go to a store, get your order, and then bring it to your house. Thrive Market has an offer for Hopewell Heights subscribers. If you join Thrive Market using my link, thrivemarket.com/Hopewell Heights, you will get 30% off your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60. I'll put more details in the description below the video, so just tap the little button and check it out. All right, we're gonna start in my room with one of my favorite thrift purchases, my bed. So I have a king-sized 4-poster bed. This one I got on Facebook Marketplace for $50. Now this was several years ago when Facebook Marketplace was kind of up and coming, kind of sketchy, like you didn't know if you were gonna get murdered, you might get murdered. So I would take my sister with me. Like I would find something on there for a steal and I would call her and say, hey, I need you to ride along with me. So, you know, it's harder to kill 2 people than 1. So our odds are better off if you come with me. And we have a lot of, you know, funny memories from that. Like one time, I have to tell you guys a story. Actually, one time I found a beautiful upright piano for free. You just had to move it. That's always what it is with pianos, right? They're always free because they need to be moved and they're heavy and nearly impossible to move, and they need to be tuned, so people just want to get rid of them. But this was just beautiful. And so she and I went and picked it up, and somehow, by some miracle, we got it out of the lady's house and onto the trailer, but we did not secure it well. And on the way home, you guys are gonna hate me for this because this could have been dangerous. Luckily, no one was hurt. The top of the piano just flew off and like shattered into a million pieces. I'm like, great. I'm like, well, I guess I could have a new top made for it. All hope is not lost. But then we got home. We got it off the trailer and onto a dolly. And as we were trying to get it up the stairs onto the front porch, it fell and just like broke. Just broke. Like you just heard like a million things break on the inside of it. And I'm like, okay, well, I think it's done, but maybe it could be salvaged. But I'm just gonna leave it out here on the sidewalk tonight because I can't get it in the house. And I honestly like didn't even want to ask my husband to help me with this piano because I knew he would just be frustrated about that. He does not get my interest in thrifting, but it rained that night, like a lot. So the piano was just done. So then I had to have my husband like haul away a broken, wet, nasty piano. So that was probably my biggest fail from Facebook Marketplace. But the bed, that is my favorite thing that I've gotten on Facebook Marketplace. You can still find some deals on there, but you have to be quick about it because people, like, they know about it now. And so people stalk it and they have their notifications on. These milk glass lamps. Let me shut the curtain here. Now you can see better. So these milk glass lamps, I have 2 of them, one on either side of my bed. They were, I think, maybe like $12 or $13 a piece. And yeah, I just got those at a thrift shop, a local thrift shop here in town. This knockdown wardrobe in the foyer of our home is actually a family heirloom. It belonged to my husband's grandmother, and I think she got it from her mother-in-law. So it's been in the family for a really long time. We actually have 2 of these big wardrobes that we got from my husband's grandmother. And, you know, her house was a maybe late 19th century farmhouse. And back then, a lot of houses didn't have, most houses didn't have closets. People didn't build closets into homes. They just had a wardrobe in every room. So this is something that you can still find a lot of today, a lot of wardrobes, because people redo homes and they want closets. People today want closets. They don't want to put all their clothes in wardrobes and they need a place to go with them. So auctions, that's a really, really great way to find big antique pieces like this for really cheap, especially if you can find an auction like an old farm with an old farmhouse, and you can find big old pieces like this. I'm looking at antique furniture. I want to make sure that overall the piece is sturdy and solid and in good shape, but if it's just, you know, got some cosmetic fixes that need to happen, then that's okay. Like, I will still get that piece if it's what I'm looking for. So even this wardrobe, it was missing the knobs on the bottom drawers there, and stuff like that might cause somebody to pass over a piece that they love because it's missing pulls or knobs or something cosmetic, but that isn't such an easy fix. I think I ordered those knobs for like $1.50 online, and it gave the piece some character and completed it. This plant stand here, this is another thing that I have found. I found several really pretty antique plant stands in my thrifting ventures, and that is a great way to keep my plants up and off the floor. You know, houseplants are like the original air purifier. So there are actually studies that have shown that houseplants are just as effective as the really expensive air purifiers as far as removing pathogens from your air. I've got lots of houseplants. You know, they're not that expensive, like 15 bucks a plant. They're easy to take care of, and they're a lot prettier than air purifiers in my opinion. Our kitchen table is another Facebook Marketplace find. I got it for $250. This thing is solid oak. We've had it for 5 years. I think it was made in the 70s or 80s. And with my kids, they're home all day. Like, our house is very lived in with homeschooling. Even though we spend a lot of time outside, like, we're here. It's not just like we eat breakfast, we're gone all day, and then sleep here. This house is very lived in. All of this furniture is very used. So it is amazing to me that this table is still in perfect condition. All of the chairs are still totally sturdy and solid, even with my kids getting in and out of them and, you know, falling out of them like several times a day. They truly do not make furniture like that these days. And if you want furniture like that these days, you're gonna pay like $10,000. I'm not kidding you. If you guys have ever looked for solid wood, you know, a solid wood dining set, then, you know, it's anywhere from like $5, $7, up to $10,000. It's insane. If you watched last week's video, I think it was last week's video, you got to see my brand new piece from my most recent antiquing trip. This cabinet here is $1,200, so that's a lot more. I know I've never spent that much on any piece of furniture. So Yeah, this is definitely my prized possession, but it's so worth it. It's so well made, such a unique piece. It's 9 feet tall. It is absolutely massive. All of the cabinets and drawers still lock. It still had the key, and it's just such a warm piece. That's another thing that I look for. I really don't like shiny, highly varnished wood. I like nice, warm tones. I have a lot of different wood tones in my home. Our floors are actually sugar pine. So, you know, there's lots of different hues in these floors, like the dark knots, but the floors themselves are lighter. And I think that kind of pulls it all together with having light and dark pieces throughout the house. Now, pretty much everything you see on my open shelving in the kitchen here and on my walls, all of this was thrifted. And I mean, everything was, you know, anywhere from $1. Sometimes I get stuff for free to maybe $10. So this rack here with my aprons are on, and you know, I have a little plate rack and peg rack. I think that was $7.99. So total, maybe of everything you see here, I don't know, maybe $100, maybe. Got lots of stuff over here in this part of the kitchen too. A lot of practical storage stuff, but lots of little antique-y stuff as well. Frames are another great thing to thrift. I'm working on a collage wall in the hallway, like on the other side of my staircase right now, and these are all thrifted frames. I need to replace a couple of the prints, but you just can't beat the price of thrifted frames. I mean, a lot of times I can pick up a really, really pretty vintage frame for like $1. And it's very solid. Not like, these days, I mean, all you can really get is plastic unless you want to spend over $100. So let me show you guys, actually. I'm going down this hall. There's another really pretty frame. I got this one. It had an ugly print in it, but it was maybe $3 or $4. And I just took the ugly print out and put a picture of my big kids in the frame. This is my daughter's bedroom. And as you can see, it is wallpapered with a very pretty, let me try to get up close here, very pretty vintage print, and I got that on Facebook Marketplace. This is very high-end quality wallpaper. I got enough to do her entire room. This probably would have cost every bit of $1,000 if I would have bought this wallpaper new. So another Facebook Marketplace win. And actually, I have a tip for you guys. So if you live in an area where you are near a very like affluent area or a really, really nice subdivision or something like that, you know, you can go on the map on Facebook Marketplace and select that area and see what all the rich people are selling or getting rid of. And that's what I did when I found this wallpaper. I wasn't specifically looking for wallpaper. I was just looking, and I like zoned in on an area where, yeah, it's all like massive houses that are probably very wealthy people, and just trying to see what they were getting rid of for cheap. And that's how I found this wallpaper. So that's just another tip for you guys. But once again, frames. I have a lot of collages that I've done completely from thrifted frames. The big frame back there was $1. The little vintage frames around it, you know, anywhere from probably $2 to $4. So, you know, my house has been made a home like $1 at a time, truly. And yes, it takes more time to put together a home this way by thrifting and antiquing, but you know, I've shared my reasons why I think it's worth it. And it's also just fun to me. I really enjoy it. I enjoy searching for treasures. It's something that I am teaching my daughter to do as well. And you know, I'm not on here to lecture anybody about materialism or consumerism, because like I'm probably just as bad as the next person. Like I have Amazon Prime, I buy new things, I order new things, but I know that, you know, it's way out of hand. It's gotten just terribly out of hand. I mean, if you just look at like the landfill crises in a lot of these third world countries, all of our junk that we think we're being nice and donating to people, it's not. It's actually just being dumped in these massive landfills and taking up space that now these people don't have that space. And it's so much stuff and clothing and just junk that they would never be able to use like that amount of stuff. So I'm not here, like I'm not here to say that I'm the best. at not contributing to materialism that way. But I do try to do my part by thrifting. And with antiquing, thrifting, and purchasing used things, that is one way to just avoid like buying all of the mass produced crap, to be totally honest, that's going to end up broken in like a year or two in a landfill. That's all that I have for you guys today. Next week, I believe next week, or one of my videos coming up, I'm gonna have a gut health update for you guys, just kind of share where I'm at in that process. My baby's 8 months old, and I've been, you know, in the process of gut healing for like 6 months now, and I'm down 20 pounds below my pre-pregnancy weight. So like it's working. I'm not just here talking about it and giving advice. I'm saying like this is something that I've done and it's working, and almost all of my symptoms that I have you know, have resolved. Make sure to check out the offer that Thrive Market has for Hopewell Heights subscribers before you guys go. Thank you for watching again this week. Be sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.